Previously on the Dead Dragon Society.
Rosie?
Teddy! Rosie! Teddy!
Rosie!
What are you doing
What
here?
are you doing here?
Let's go to my home. I would love for you to meet my wife and kids.
Wife and kids?
Yes!
I do not know what's going on here. I don't know if we should go with him. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm so young, and my dead brother is here, and he's got a wife and a kid.
The crystal comes, and we're able to siphon the power, and that creates our society.
The crystal.
The crystal.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
We don't really question why, but the first crystal is how we became free, and it's kind of what powers our sources here.
Am I dead?
Oh, no one here is dead.
Are you sure?
All right, let's put a
I
pin
think
in that
I'm
one.
dead now.
Nobody can die.
But
Are you sure?
did. We're here to rescue a young boy, at least a portion of a young boy. We need to go get him from the library.
My oldest son used to love going to the library, and he passed away. Before I died, a man came to me and said, I might be able to bring you back. A lot of people here were on their deathbed or died and were given this promise.
Then what are we doing here? I'm not dead. My friends aren't dead.
You don't have to be dead to be here. It's the power of that crystal.
Where's the boy in the picture?
I can't tell you that.
There's something fishy going on here, Rosie.
All right, we're at the library now.
At the library. And it is the same library that you all saw in Neverwinter.
I swear to God, if there's a worm in there,
Is there that worm in there?
if there's a gatekeeping word in there, I'm out. I'm going to the Capitol building.
As you guys walk in, you see a very familiar sight.
God damn it.
I walk over to one of the books and pull it out and flip open, like look at the cover, see if I can see a title.
There's nothing there.
Open the book and look at the pages.
There's no pages.
What kind of library is this?
We've seen this before.
Oh, hey!
Chad, what are you doing here? We've been looking all over for you, man.
Oh, I'm in homeroom.
You're in homeroom?
You know.
So this is your school library.
Yeah,
Who owns it?
this is the Neverwinter library.
We're very much not in Neverwinter.
Hey, Chad, why don't you come outside with us?
Okay.
There's nothing here. There's no text on the pages here. What are you learning?
Do you not see the text? Actually, the guy that's kind of keeping me around here, I think his name is Maxium Leaflet.
Who's Axiom Leaflet?
You hear a bell, like a school bell.
Oh.
I gotta go to my other classes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, where is it? We'll go with you.
At the Purple Rocks. Yeah, that's one of my class. Uh-oh. And you hear a deep voice. Chad, what are you doing?
From just all over.
Yeah. Homeroom ended. And you see him kind of get picked up by the collar and then dragged out.
Be gentle with him.
But we don't see who grabbed him.
Dragged out the front door of the library?
Yeah.
Okay, I run out the front door. As I look around frantically, obviously not seeing much of Chad, and I drop to my knees and stare at the heavens and I go, Chad! And then I just sit there waiting for everyone else to catch up in silence.
Sun on my face, it's a brand new day, and it's telling me it'll all be okay. All the clouds and the rain, that's of yesterday. Yeah, I'm telling you, it'll all be okay.
All right, everybody, we are back around the fire before our before our event starts. And I just want to give a shout out and a thank you to Eric the Merc for a question this week. I'm really appreciative of that. And if you yourselves have a question, you can send me a DM on any of the social media sites. And his question today was, if you get to design a new instrument, what would you create and what would it sound like?
Personally, it would be a lot easier, maybe even more ergonomic, if I could rig, somehow rig my drum kit up to the bottom of my bagpipes. I'm picturing like one of those, those little like toy monkeys that they sometimes sell in Neverwinter where they're just kind of going back and forth on the drum. If I could rig that to be underneath my bagpipe and then like the pedals on the top of the shoe, so whenever I'm walking I can get the rhythm while playing the bagpipe, and I could rig the harmonica to maybe the top of the melody pipe so that it would go at the same time, and I would call it the pen bed kick drum, and it would be way more ergonomic than what I'm currently doing.
what would it sound like?
Picture this: 6 to 14 majestic elephants, all harmonizing and stepping to the same rhythm. Angels singing or humming the gods crying because it sounds so beautiful, and just the trembling of the steps that you feel in your bones, and you're like, this is the rhythm of my soul. And I think that's what I would have meant.
That's
So is it a bass?
Picture this.
No, don't go all over. I blacked out the first time.
Well, I have been noodling on an idea. Written some sketches, nothing in the prototyping phase yet, but I do feel it is sonically and acoustically feasible to produce a musical instrument that I so far has been calling the harmonophone. The inspiration behind this came when I saw a particularly ragged individual on a street corner, very emotionally playing a harmonica. And I was so moved by their performance, but I noticed that they were being drowned out by the busy sounds of the streets. Now I thought, if only I could take that beautiful instrument and amplify it in such a way that it could be enjoyed by the multitudes of people in the street, or even in the professional music hall. So the idea behind this is a harmonica-based interface that all feeds into a multiple series of amplifying horns worn on a shoulder-mounted system that curls behind the back, much like a large tuba. And if played like a harmonica, it would sound like, well, dare I say, a beautiful pipe organ, but on a mobile platform.
Ooh, how fancy. I guess I will go next. I will make this instrument. I'm going to take my stepfather's skull and I'm going to magically imbue it. Then I'm going to create 2 golden claws that I can put on my fingers. And when I tap the head of the skull, that would be the bass. And when I circle the rim of the eye, that will be like a violin. And then his teeth, his jaw, that would be the piano. And I'm going to play sweet, sweet music. And it's going to sound heavenly.
That sounds beautiful.
Certainly macabre,
disturbing,
but beautiful.
but yet beautiful.
Don't you just love it?
If I, Theo Blackthorn, were to ever create an instrument, I believe it would be a box about yay big, and I'm holding my hands about this far apart, if that's helpful.
It is. I didn't understand, but now I understand.
Approximately 2.5 banana widths.
Yeah. and with this instrument, there would be a crank of some sort on the side, and you'd open this box that's about yay big, and I'm holding my hands about this far apart, and you open the box and the lid, and you'd pour, I don't know, sand, rocks, things like that, glass, worthless things.
The bones of your stepfather?
Possibly. And you'd close the lid of the box that's about this big, and I'm holding my hands about this far apart, and you'd turn the crank, and from this bottom, suddenly gold coins would fall out the other end and make the most beautiful sound of clinking as they fell to the ground and built up pile after pile after pile. Clink, 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 clink. Oh, it would be beautiful.
I think there may be some court alchemists also interested in this instrument.
Can I change my answer? No, I'll keep mine.
No, yours was pretty good.
If I were to make an instrument, I would first defeat an army of 1,000 soldiers and magically capture every one of their screams. I would infuse these screams into a cone and mount this cone on the top of a shaft. This cone would emit an amplified sound of 1,000 screams of soldiers fleeing, dying, losing at battle. And I can use the other pointy end of the cone to smash people's heads.
Our instruments might sound kind of the same.
Good grief, Trogro. I like it. I think me, you, and Blackthorn should make a band. With the armies and the bones of my stepfather.
And the clinking.
And the clinking of gold coins.
Clinking.
We would call ourselves the clinking skeleton
I was gonna say Metallica.
voices.
Voices
Voices from beyond.
Voices from beyond.
Clinks from beyond.
Clings from beyond.
Tinkles from beyond. We got there.
Yes, we did, Trucker. Make sure to patent it. You're our lawyer.
For my instrument, I would. Do you all know like those hats? Like it's just like a beanie, and then there's like a little propeller on top of it. Now I want you to imagine that propeller, kind of instead of being like directly on top, it goes and just facing you directly in front of your face, and it's just spinning insanely fast, so much so that it's kind of like a fan, and so that way when I sing, it changes my voice. I'd call it Fannel tune.
It's just the kid's sitting in front of the
I
fan,
can't
just
even-
We will not
Quite
be
the
bringing Chad into
experimental
our
music
band.
tastes in this group, I see.
So it's just what I'm doing now, but more,
And I will be the first person to buy a ticket to your professional debut of your new instrument.
Thank you.
So will I.
And again, I just want to thank you so much, Eric, for giving us the question of the day.
That was a really
awesome.
good
Thank
one.
you,
Yeah.
Eric. Yeah,
That's
that was
good.
really
Thank you,
good.
Eric.
Tyke, losing at battle.
That was the most Conan the Barbarian answer to that question I have ever heard. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, hear the lamentations of their women.
Please do that voice for the next one shot.
Do you want to do quick introductions for the characters?
Yeah,
before
we'll go through and do an introduction.
Hi, my name is Paige Raymond. I play Anavrin, regionally renowned one-woman band in the Forgotten Realms, on a personal journey to do her village proud by racking up fame and good fortune. Arch nemesis of Peanut the Squirrel.
I'm Matt Callahan. I'm playing Horatio Rumbuckle, fellow bard, friend of Anno Neing, and performing partner / companion of Peanut the Squirrel. I'm on the run from a noble that's after my head and all of the heads of my former traveling circus members. And I am currently on the hunt to reunite my group.
I am Jorge Bardeles Joyner, and I am playing Max DuPont, whose one goal is the utter destruction of his stepfather.
I'm Frank Ciappone, the Elder, and I play Theo Blackthorn, a well-to-do, prosperous merchant with a horrible, tragic backstory and a new side hustle as a warlock.
And I forgot that I had to come up with an introduction. I am Frankie Ciappone, the DM and mastermind behind everything that goes wrong.
But we are the masterminds behind everything that goes right. My name is Pat Salambier. I play Trogram, the half-orc, a magically infused barbarian with a broken piece of arcane technology and a quest to save his village.
And that is an example of something going wrong by me by going out of order.
And something going right by Pat picking up the steam.
Magic of editing.
Wow.
Also, the reason that my campfire question was so edgy and dark was because I had the tiniest little booger on my nose. It was driving me crazy. So I had to go and deal with
I'm
that.
ready to
go
literally
dark.
murder an entire
Exactly.
army.
And so I had to go deal with that, and now I will be much more chill.
1,000 people will die.
Because Pat is inconvenienced.
That's one powerful booger.
All right.
All right, so
Make sure Trogram has tissues.
Yeah.
Check.
welcome to episode 7, Nodding Knowingly.
And then I just sit there waiting for everyone else to catch up in silence. Noticing that no one has followed me out, I'm coming back in. Hear me out. We saw the colors of Chad split, yeah? The worm back... Oh, never mind. We just came up with this randomly. I was going to say yellow crystal, yellow worm, green worm.
You're saying Chad is the worm?
I'm saying Chad's the crystal.
Oh.
Oh, there does seem to be some sort of time dilation here.
I'm saying that Chad... This is a little tiny piece of Chad that was right here. And I point at the crater.
The town does keep talking about a crystal and its magic,
Regardless, I want to see this crystal before we leave here.
especially if it can get me things out of that
We
shop.
were told it was in the library, though. I walk out to the lobby and I ask the worm, Mr. Librarian, do we were told that there's a very sacred crystal of this town here?
Yeah.
And it's held here at the library. Is that somewhere you could show us?
I was here at the library. That's where, but we, I'm not part of it. They took it to the courthouse.
The courthouse.
Yeah.
Great acoustics.
Strange. We were told that wasn't really used for much interest. No. Okay, well, I feel we should definitely stop at the courthouse on our way out, because I think it's valuable to know what is going on with this crystal regardless. There might be some very potent magic or powerful energy that we might be able to help combine Chad back together.
Where's Rosie been?
I was wondering the same thing. What happened to Rosie?
He's just been standing outside the whole time.
Just staring at the wall.
He's got nothing better to do.
He's been in his idling, like, NPC, just kind of swaying gently back and forth.
He does not want to go back home to his family right now.
As you guys walk outside, you see him with his family enjoying the festival.
Oh my gosh, I have an inkling to play Danny Boy for the lost for the lost Chad. I start getting ready my bagpipes. Inspiration strikes randomly and strong.
And you playing?
I'm gonna head to a corner and start playing Danny Boy on the bagpipes. Yeah,
Still morning, Chad.
Still morning.
Roll a performance check.
Oh, you're not ready. That's an 11 plus 5, 16.
Okay. Sing Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny Boy, the hills are calling. And that's all I know.
Outstanding. Were you
Yeah.
singing while playing the bagpipes?
Absolutely not. I was playing the bagpipes one note at a time and then singing intermittently. Like I would start the note like on the bagpipes and then I would
my
sing the
God.
word and then the bagpipes and then the next word.
And you are always expanding your creative realm in terms of performance.
I'm basically hyperventilating is what's happening.
Oh, Dad.
Exactly. You get it.
Brilliant. Bravo.
There's tears and people who are hearing it, tears well up in their eyes.
but not for the reason why you think.
I'm not
Peanut is just
investigating.
holding his fingers in his little ears.
I'm not investigating it further. No one roll insight. Don't ask questions you don't know the answer to. All right, let's go to the courthouse.
Yeah, let's go. Rosie. There's another mystery in this town involving the library and this young boy that we've encountered there named Chad. You know Chad, right? We've talked about Chad. Yeah, well, he just left to go to his homeroom. We need to find Chad, and there seems to be something that was at the library, but now at the courthouse. You want to go with us?
Oh,
Take us to the courthouse.
guys, I'm gonna spend some time with my family. This doesn't happen that often.
When is this crystal supposed to arrive?
It's already set up. Everything's all pushed forward. It's
Where is it?
It's in the courthouse.
Okay, well then why don't you want to bring your family to the courthouse to go see the crystal? It's part of the festival, right?
Oh no, we don't go look at the crystal. We just celebrate the crystal.
Why don't you look at the crystal?
Why would we need to look at the crystal?
Maybe it's
you
gorgeous.
Maybe you should go look at the crystal.
We just enjoy.
You just enjoy the power from the crystal. I see. That's kind of evil. I like it.
So wait a minute. So the crystal is the crystal what landed in the library that broke through the roof and landed on the ground?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then who brought it to the courthouse?
Wait, you said that happened how long ago?
It happened.
Hundreds of years ago?
No, it's happened. This is the second time it happened.
Oh, the crystal shows up. Ah, I understand.
Yeah.
Who transported it to the courthouse?
The janitor. The old janitor.
The
Yeah.
old janitor.
You guys have a sacred. Wait, I just
Wait a
want to.
minute.
Let's review.
Yeah.
There's a sacred magic crystal,
Yes.
Of which
And
an
not
entire
that-
society derives its
and
power.
not that sanitation services are any less important than anyone else.
Yeah, what you trying to say, Paige?
They let the janitor take the thing they worship, not like the king and the rule of the praise. What
Here's my question. Nobody works in this town. Everything's free. What do you need a janitor for? Why does some guy or that gal or person needs to clean up after you slobs if this is supposed to be heaven?
Yeah, if there's no money, I wouldn't be cleaning up after other people.
This is the classist thing I'm talking about.
That is the whole plot of BioShock.
Is a man not entitled to the work of his brow?
Who's is the man? Blah, 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 blah.
You can. This place doesn't. Who am I to tell him no? Who are you to say no?
To say no to who?
Him. It is what
Him?
he. Yes,
What
the
is-
janitor. He prefers to be called ye old janitor.
Ye old janitor.
He's actually the mayor of the town.
Oh. That was insensitive on my part. I made a lot of judgments. That's on me. That's my
We
bad.
do what we want here.
They call him Jan Etor
Jan
in the old tongue.
is his name.
Okay. Well,
It is what he wants to do. It's not. He could stop whenever he wants.
Well, despite debating the social and occupational hierarchies of this society, I feel like we should go see this crystal.
and
the
check out
janitor.
and the acoustic.
And yeah.
I'm walking over to the courthouse.
Me too.
All right, so you guys walk into the courthouse, and you walk in, and it is a big room. It is stereotypical, early 2000 courthouse drama, exactly how it looks like.
It's kind of
wooden.
grainy.
We walked into like drop ceiling, popcorn ceiling courthouse with like
The colors are kind
bad
of muted.
walnut furniture.
Yeah.
Dun dun.
There's not nearly enough saturation in the colors
Yeah.
yet.
And you see the very first old person with wings in the back with a broom kind of sweeping.
Whoa! I say that out loud, and I walk briskly up to Janitor.
Ye old janitor.
Ye old Janitor. And I go, Sir, Anoning, pleasure to meet you, regionally renowned musician. I assume you are ye old Janitor.
That's exactly who I am.
Very pleasure to meet you, sir.
Very nice to meet you. How you doing today?
You know
How
what?
can
It's
I
been a
help
weird
you?
day. I've learned a lot today. I am very curious about the crystal and the celebration of Poppy in this. I just copy him. I don't know. I'm not. I think it might be a custom.
That's
From further back the room, Trevor just goes, sort of a call and response kind of thing.
that's a heavy burden right there. But
Me wanting to see it, or the actual? Is it a big crystal? Is it heavy? Like literally heavy?
just the crystal. And
Yeah. Are you okay? I heard you touched it.
yeah. That's all fine. That's not quite what it is. I'll be happy to show you. And he kind of looks over and you see a door and he goes, if you want to go see the crystal, go ahead and walk down there.
Are you sad because you can't go through the door, or you can't go through the door because you are sad?
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep.
I would like to spend a few minutes to recast Detect Magic.
I'm going to the door.
And I am explicitly feeling for the signature of Chad's power.
You're seeing it down. It's down.
Okay.
Down. It's through that. It's through the door.
Oh, I turn around and go, guys, it's through the door. I motion like recon, like 2 fingers pointing out the door, and I'm like, airway traffic, exits.
Before we go, why did you bring the crystal here? Why don't you just leave it where it was in the library and you brought it here? Was there a reason for that?
Yeah.
Is it something you do every 100 years? What? How'd you know to do that?
We live on top of a sin. We can't talk about it, but you'll see once you go down.
What happened to your accent? Something
He's
wrong with your
adapting
voice?
to our own accents.
Crap, I forgot it.
It's the gravelly old.
I think it was kind of like Texan, like a cowboy or something.
Kind of like
yeah.
Joel from last one.
Yes.
Well,
Just ready to pull
let
him
me
down on it.
bring this back a little bit.
That's what it was.
But deeper.
I would.
More puberty.
You know what? I guess I can show you guys.
That's the spirit.
You need to be careful when you go down there. It's heartbreaking.
No.
Oh,
Before.
so the only reason why I'm old is because it's how
You
I've
didn't
always seen
moisturize?
myself.
Oh.
I always just seen myself as just an old soul, and this world makes it to how you want it.
I
It
didn't
looks
know
at your
that.
heart. So,
I'm still like hand on the doorknob. Just
Oh yeah,
waiting.
because I'm young. I'm totally young.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
I look the same.
it's how you want.
I just have nicer clothes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still frozen with a hand on the door while you're walking over.
I go up and put my hand on Anne's
on
hand
the
on the
door.
doorknob, and I just start turning both of our hands on the doorknob and open them.
And
Down we go.
you see a stairwell going down.
Are the gas lights lit?
Only 2 of them.
The gas lamps.
The gaslights of Gondor are lifted. Rohan calls for aid.
It's dim, but it's lit. As you walk down the stairs, it's twisting, it's dark, it's damp. You can feel the weight of the air. You get to somewhat of a hallway. You see a beam of light. You can sense Chad's magic behind the door, and you see a beam of light. It's not a door, it's a cell, and it's going straight to the cell.
What color is the light?
You're saying I can like basically trace the magical path.
You can see it's like
Aura.
a beam. Yeah. Well, everyone can see this. It's a yellow light that goes from the door. There's like a little amulet, not an amulet, but like a carved in circle on top of the door, and it's shooting straight to the cell. And you see the door straight ahead, and the old man with his big white wings, and he starts walking, and he was walking towards the door. And as he gets closer and closer to the door, the wings start to shrink and shrink and shrink and disappear. And as you follow him, you start to pass the cell, and you look into the cell, and you see a face of a very, very tired man. He is in this, it looks like king's clothes, and he's just kind of slumped up, and he looks up and he sees you, and he smiles, and you see fangs coming out of his mouth, and he looks at you and goes, "Why?
I just
Older people with no wings. How interesting."
Who might you be, sir?
If I had to guess.
careful. I saw some fangs on him.
I don't like to
Don't
look
get
at
too
him.
close to those bars.
If I had to
name-
guess, it would probably be the Ask.
My name is Strahd.
Nailed it. Got it right.
Kind of coughs, and you see a little blood kind of spill into his hand.
So you're not.
He's a
dead.
vampire with tuberculosis. Stay away from him.
I can't believe we're down here unprotected. Janitor.
And where did Janitor go? Is he
He's still walking towards the
okay?
door.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna.
I'm gonna keep walking too.
Yeah, I'm
like,
avoiding
I don't
Strahd.
take my eyes off Strahd, and I start walking backwards just to make sure I don't lose sight of him.
Catch you later, Strahd.
I just
you be well
pull,
in there.
I pull out my dagger that had the sharpened back, and I just point it at. And I, looking at Strahd, point at the sharpened wooden hilt of the dagger and put it back in.
I make the gesture, "I'm watching you" sign as I'm walking backwards. Follow it with the group.
All right, you'll be back.
Well, I assume so. You have to walk back. This way.
As you're walking forward, and he goes, "Okay, guys, you cannot show this kid any kindness." And he opens the door, and what the first thing you see is, as the door opens, a little light pops up in the top of the room, and you see, and you can tell immediately that that's the crystal you were looking for. You sense that magic instantly. You know it's there. But on the ground is a child. He has been, you can tell he is starving. He has a little bit of a pot belly. He has been in here for way too long, and you recognize this as the son.
Rosie's son.
We recognize him from
As
the image.
You recognize
Is
him
he
as
just
Rosie's
starved?
son.
Is he beaten too, or what?
He is just covered in dirt and filth. There's a little bucket in the back, and it's filled, and it's just, it's this toilet bucket, and he is just, you see just dry tears, and he's just like, "Are you finally let me out? Are you finally gonna let me go?"
Janitor, what's going on here? What is this room? Are you sacrificing that young boy?
It's not a sacrifice. And he like looks at the kid, and he then looks at all you, and then he closes the door, and then he goes, "For all of us to live in peace, one needs to suffer.
For how long?
It's the parable of the dragon.
Every time
Every
time someone dies, we replace it, and we've given them just enough food and water to
What-
survive.
Who are you sacrificing this child to? This is monstrous.
It's not a sacrifice.
Why do they have to die? What is the reason?
It's a mix between the crystal and Strahd's power.
Why don't you just kill Strahd? I have a dagger right here. You could get it done.
It doesn't work. The crystal locks him in that cell, and the kid's suffering is partly transferred to him, and so he can't escape.
I walk back to the cell, take out my crossbow, and fire a bolt right into Strahd's face.
It shoots forward and then veers off to the left, like every time you've tried to stab someone. You thought that was gonna work?
It was worth a shot.
There's no violence here when
Literally.
I'm trapped like this. There's no death. There's no stealing. There's nothing. There's none of that here.
So, question for the janitor, sir. Does everyone know about this?
Everyone with wings.
And we're real deep here, or maybe not so medium deep here. This weighs on their conscience, or no?
That's up for the individual.
Should it?
I personally, I've been here for a long time.
How do you choose?
What if we take the crystal away?
Why does it have to be a child?
When one dies, it's a lottery, and it is just chosen from that.
What if we take the child away?
It just depends. That child can't be seen kindness.
Why?
If you
Like
take
physically, it can't, or
any
like
kind of
it's a rule.
kindness.
What happens if we do?
To be honest, I never even thought about
Let's
that.
go find out.
I walk up to the child and I say, "Are you trapped here? Can you move?"
It's hard for me to move right now. It's everything kind of hurts. I can barely stand up. As you look at and just so you get the dimensions of this room, it's like a broom closet. It's not very big.
Tight.
It's
Okay.
tight, yeah.
I am going to put a hand on the child's head, and I'm gonna go, "How bad does it hurt now?" and cast Cure Wounds. 1d8 plus 3. So let me roll this really quick. Oh, 9.
9. Is that plus the 3 or 9?
Yeah.
That must know.
Yeah,
No,
that was
you
a
say
6
it.
plus 3 is 9.
Your magic flows through him, and he goes, "What? You're tricking me! You're tricking me!" And as your kindness bestows upon him, you see the yellow beam go towards Strahd and the cell, and Strahd starts going, "Yes, be kind to him. Let me free."
Damn it, he got me.
Yeah, I did.
What if I'm gonna, how tall is this room? It's a broom closet.
Mm-hmm.
Dimensions, height-wise. If I'm looking up, there's nothing besides a bucket.
There's the bucket in the corner,
Okay.
and up in the back of the broom closet, up kind of towards the top. I'm gonna say you're able to jump and reach it. He's not. Is the crystal you were looking for?
I'm gonna jump for the crystal.
Okay.
Pull up my skills real quick.
Yeah.
For athletics. Oh. 5. So I'm coming. I'm short. It's in the back corner. I didn't get a running start or anything. I just jumped as high as I could and didn't clear it very much at all. And so I just like, "Wah!" and probably missed it by about a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You described it perfectly.
Thank you. And then I go, "Damn, anyone else want to try and help me out here?"
Trogum calls over and says, "Let me help. I don't need to roll athletics. I just get it." Unless I do
Reach
need
up
to roll
and grab
athletics. I am about a foot taller than Anne, so
Several feet taller.
yeah, 7 feet taller.
I'm like
than
4
Anne.
feet tall.
Well, do I have to roll athletics for
No,
this
you
crystal?
don't.
Okay, excellent. And I grab the crystal and hand it to Anne and say, "There you go. It's like you did it yourself.
Thanks for the assist, bud.
Apples all day."
And the beam shuts off, and the gate flies open, and Strahd, still the hurt. He still looks hurt. He still looks beaten. He's not the Strahd of old. He is a bit like a century of torture. And he walks out and he goes, "Look what you did."
I immediately try to stab him with my in the heart with the back of my dagger.
Horatio comes running up and stabs Strahd in the stomach. And he backs up, blood starting to pour out. And he looks at all of you and goes, "I guess we're even now. My favor to you for letting me go from this prison is that I won't kill you for stabbing me."
That's a good deal.
And as he says that, the hole in his chest, the blood kind of comes out, bloody hands kind of come out
Ew.
and start wrapping around him. And then they are squeezing, and he disappears.
So sensual.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm just left there looking at the sharpened wooden handle of my dagger. Just, damn, I was certain that was gonna work.
I was certain too. I'm looking around, trying to find where he went.
What was that? What the heck?
I'm gonna I'm like looking around trying to figure out if he's still in the room or like invisible or something. So Anne has now done the same thing that she did at the library, where she like gets down on the ground and is like crawling around, just like trying to pick up on any traces of magic or anything. I'm gonna roll and you tell me what I'm rolling for. Is that perception? I'm roll
Yes.
perception. It's 15
15.
plus. Hopefully plus. No, plus 0. That's 15.
15. As you look around and you're trying to see what happened, you can tell that he is gone. He fled the scene.
We have an
Coward.
emaciated child in a closet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the stone.
And the stone.
Pretty sure is still in my hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Coward. He's gone.
And you're in the catacombs.
Okay. I want to go run over and check on the child. Does he look, other than malnourished, does he look physically injured?
No, he doesn't. There's scrapes and bruises and cuts, but he is very malnourished but nothing. They don't want him dead. So he's no wounds, nothing like that.
I take a ration out of my backpack and give it to him.
He takes it and he looks at it and he goes, and he's just like, he's scared to eat it.
I say, go on. The crystal's not going to hurt you anymore.
He then takes it and just starts eating it. A couple tears going down his face.
What kind of society gets peace out of torturing children?
I don't know, but maybe we should go confront the society on this.
We must remove him from this place.
I honestly don't know whether to feel frustrated or relieved that we didn't get to fight anyone yet. Should we go fight somebody now?
Well, I agree. We should take this young boy out of here and get to the bottom of what's going on.
Isn't this your nephew?
It's technically speaking, he's my nephew. I've never met him before, but he is my brother's son.
Is anyone worried about the vampire lord that
Nope.
Well, he
disappeared?
left.
Not at all. He left. We had a good deal going.
We really scared him off.
What is there to be done?
You really
he is
scared him
gone.
off.
I guess my only plan didn't work, so I guess I don't know what else to do.
Honestly, I think you should be the only one scared. You're the one that stabbed him.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, I'm feeling pretty, the injustice of this kid.
I'm amped up. Let's go confront his brother.
Trogrim takes off his cloak, wraps the kid in the cloak, and just kind of picks him up and is carrying him.
That's good thinking.
You're
Trauma
so
blanket.
good with children.
I would
Trevor.
love to have a word with my brother. And I turned to the boy. What's your name? I am your uncle, Uncle Theo.
Frankie, yeah, Frankie.
Tortured boy too? No.
Where's that name generator, Frankie?
My name is Ranky Frey.
I just love it every time it happens.
My name's Zach.
Zach, I'm your dad's brother. You can call me Uncle Teddy. Hell, let's help you. Let's get you out of here. Trogrim, can you lift up the boy?
I already have him.
You're talking.
Actively holding him at chest level. Oops.
I'm storming towards the stairs now.
My old eyes.
We must leave
Storming
this
up and
place.
As you guys go up the stairs and you get into the much larger room, at the doorway, holding a trident, you see Rosie. And he goes, "What are you doing? It's not too late. You have to put him back.
That's your kid.
Put him back."
Rosie, what are you doing? Sacrificing your own kid?
He was not sacrificed. He was tortured.
You're worse than Strahd.
Even worse.
We promised to never be powerless again. We promised to take charge. The one thing that I know, even you know, that will eventually take that power away is death and time itself. Here, in this world, in this place, we took that power. How can you sit there and say that with what we've been through?
To gain your own power? You do the very thing to your son that you just swore that you wouldn't let anyone do to you. So it's okay for him to be powerless. It's okay for him to be trapped for eternity. It's okay for him to be sacrificed so that you can have power. What do you mean by that? What's happened to you, Rosie?
What? It's not just for me. It's for all of us. Everyone in this town. Every last person. Every last soul here.
So that makes it okay? That justifies it? That sacrificing one poor soul for the many is worth it? To put him to torture that young boy is worth it so that you and your friends can have the time of your life for eternity?
Us and our family. And I'll make that choice 100 times over.
And 100 times over, I will say no.
So I guess we're at an impasse. I'm going to have to put him back with that stone.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Roll initiative.
Hell yeah.
Oh, let's go. Natural 20
Oh, you're
plus.
burning all the good rolls. Initiative. There's only so many of those dice.
24.
They're useless.
14.
20.
Whoa.
10 for Theo.
I rolled a 7. You guys can go in any order you want.
I rolled a 3. I gotta go after you. I rolled a
See.
3 plus 1. That's a 4.
How far away are we? Are we shocked? Are we like?
Yeah, how far?
He-
Yeah, what's her?
He is at the front of the bigger room. So I'd say it's around 30 feet.
30 feet.
So, friends, I will go after you all because I will cast my chill touch, and so you'll get your damage, and then my chill touch will last all the way until you get another round of damage, and then I'll be able to.
Did we go into bullet time really quick so we can all strategize? Is that what's happening?
What did you roll?
7.
Okay, I rolled a 4, so I gotta go last after.
But it'll.
You can awaken mine and tell us all that.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't think I'm listening. I'm pulling.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You've started, but I have ignored you because I'm pretty upset that he's going to try and take
Yeah.
the kid. So I took my boomerang out of my right sock, and I just yeeted it at him.
Frankie,
Roll
is this
for
like
yeet.
in the courthouse?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is in the courthouse.
Is it just us? Is there anyone else there?
The old man, but he's
Old janitor dude?
he heard everything. He just kind of went back downstairs.
Same shit as always.
Scruffy hear ya, Scruffy don't care.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So you finished your monologue. I'm so angry at the prospect of not only him trying to take this stone that we worked so hard for our friend, but also hearing that pretty fucked up monologue. So yeah, I have taken my boomerang out and decided that we're fighting, and I throw it straight at his kneecaps. Oh,
It's gotta be on the table.
that's probably actually good because that's a 1 down there.
Oh, that counts.
No, it doesn't. F14 to hit.
Okay, roll your damage.
1d4 plus 3. 5 to the kneecaps.
And then because it's a boomerang, because it's a boomerang, roll a d20, and if it's a 50-50 chance of it coming back.
Okay. Don't let me down, glitter die. Ooh, 13. Let's go.
It came back.
And I kind of do like a superhero pose as it comes back to my hand.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, she should get 1 point for every so many times she successfully does that because she gets more and more proficient.
Okay. Well, I'll think of an actual
Yeah.
mechanic,
Okay.
but it's going to be something along that line.
Yeah, you don't have to think of it now, but yeah, think of it. Yeah.
It's a combo. So it's always going to be. I got it. It's always going to be a 50-50, and if you get 3 in a row, you get an extra dice roll for damage. If you get, and then so on and so forth. So every 3 you get in a row, you get an extra die, an extra d4.
How many times can you flip heads in a row?
What? Can you describe the scene a little more? So this Roosevelt is standing kind of at like the center of the courthouse area, like on an altar or something like that.
He's at the door.
He's at the door.
He's like at the door, and he's in his teddy clothes, and he's holding a trident.
How is the courthouse decorated?
We kind of talked about this already. It's like a early 2000 courthouse drama.
Sure.
Da-da.
So it's not like an old like Gothic architecture or
No,
anything like that.
and
Okay.
there are some, but there are banners on the walls that are kind of like hanging down, like it's like a 2004 championship kind of thing. I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm following. Okay. I want to
Did he react to being hit in the kneecaps, or is he just like, there?
It hits his kneecaps, and he, you hear like a.
There we go.
like really stubbing your toe.
Why did that sting so much?
Okay, I want to cast Earth Tremor, basically focus the magical energy into my heel of my foot and kick it into the ground towards him, like, basically causing a shatter of earth to cascade from underneath his feet. You cause a tremor in the ground within range. Each creature other than you in that area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. If the ground in that area is loose earth or stone, it becomes difficult terrain until cleared, with each 5-foot diameter portion requiring at least 1 minute to clear by hand. He needs to take a dex save.
15.
Okay, he passes that. So he doesn't take any damage, but he basically will have trouble moving through area within 5 feet of him.
Okay. Perfect.
With words that come from my bloodline, I reach into my shirt and I bring out a necklace. It's a cured leather, and hanging on it is a nutai. And I rub the leather and I go, "Curido con la sangre de Dios." And I cast mage armor on myself. You touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor, and a protective magical force surrounds it until the spell ends. The target's base AC becomes 13 plus its dex modifier. So, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to aim the nutai at him, and I go, "Cowards like you shouldn't live." And I go, "Mal de ojo." And a curse beam. You place a curse on a creature that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic whenever you hit it with an attack. Also choose one ability when you cast a spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks with the chosen ability. So he feels like a malevolent presence lock onto him. So in the back of his mind, a small piece of him is affected, and so intelligence saving throws is what I'm going to go for.
Yeah, get his ass. Bardic inspiration.
Can you take a bonus action outside of your
No, I
turn?
can't. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And that'll be it for me.
It's just encouraging.
Pete, I did see you mark that and then just walk it back after.
Yeah, I did do that too. I also realized that I didn't reset it at all from the last one.
That's all right.
So Theo reaches out his hand, takes a step forward to Rosie and says, Rosie, it's me, Teddy, your brother. Remember when we were kids? We'd say will always stick together in everything we do. And I cast Charm Person. Wow. He has to do you attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you and your companions are fighting it. So it has advantage. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. So a saving throw of a saving DC of 13.
I think we're about to do something harmful to it.
But if I charm him, we can talk him into whatever. Mm-hmm. Play it out, brother.
Teddy, you promised you wouldn't hurt me.
And I'm not going to. I'm here to help. I'm here to help all of you find rest and comfort. We're going to take your boy.
But
I'm like, guys, I kind of look sideways, but what do we do with him? He's arm Jay.
His arm Jay.
Well, I stop what I'm doing when I see you.
where's the armchair? There's the chair?
Listen, come with me. Come with me. Let's leave this place. Let's take your boy, my nephew, and we'll just go. Let's just go. I don't know what'll happen when he walks outside of this building, but let's just go. Do you think that'll work? I don't know.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's go. And he turns around and he starts to walk away. And as he's walking away, you see a green tentacle or green energy kind of flow out from his back. The same color as you've seen before. And it goes up. And you see it moving up. And then it stabs. And you see his body drop to its knees. And then he stands up and he turns around and you see this very similar green glow coming from his eyes and from him. And he looks at you and he goes, "Are you trying to take my star pupil away from his studies? Are you trying to stop his education?" It looks like I'm not going to let that happen.
Horatio stands there very confused. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm the principal.
Did you just kill Rosie?
Minor inconvenience.
So let me get this straight. You're mad because we tried to stop his education and then you stopped his education permanently by killing him.
Oh, not Rosie. That little stone you have there. I'm going to have to put it back.
That's the crystal I take in.
That's the crystal.
The one in my sock.
So I think we're right back where we were before.
Oh, we're most definitely right back to it.
I would like to make an insight check to see like how much of Rosie's mind is still there. Like, is he fully possessed? Is there like a little fraction of him that's still kicking inside his brain?
For sure.
12.
12.
Trogrim goes up to the entity and just like peers directly into his eyes, trying to figure out, just trying to separate the entity from Rosie, just on intuition of magic alone.
Are you still holding the kid?
Yeah.
You look into his eyes and you see a blank fog of green smoke swirling around, and you see a flicker of Teddy,
Of Rosie.
of Rosie.
So he's not dead.
Okay, so for Trogrim actually takes the kid, puts him at a seat at the front of the courthouse, and says, "May you witness justice."
Oh,
That's so hard.
his ass.
And then he goes up to the entity and says to Rosie, "You made your decision not out of hostility, but out of fear. Fear of death, fear of the ending, fear of being no more. This was misguided. Death is not the end. It is merely a different state. It is as if before you were born, you do not remember what that was. It is the same as when you are gone. I implore you, Rosie, if you can hear me, if you're in there, release yourself. It is time." And I would like to make a persuasion check.
Anne is lightly crying in the back.
Okay, go ahead.
A natural 20.
Get him!
As you look into the eyes of the principal, you reach Rosie, and the smoke starts to dissipate away, and the tail starts to dissipate away. You see this conflict of emotions battle throughout his eyes, throughout his body, and his body's starting to move back and forth. And you hear, "I will not let you go!" And then the green smoke shoots out and starts wrapping around, and it's trying to force the body to stand and to fight, but it dissipates away, and the body falls. And Rosie finally gets to rest and leave on his terms.
Rosie! And I rush up to my brother. I check to see if there's any sign of
I
life.
go walk up and I take the trident away from the body.
I'm going to go sit next to Zach on the pews because he just watched his dad die.
Oh yeah, his name was Zach.
He's had a very big day today.
He's had a very big
A
day.
very big day.
I think considering what he's been through, he's probably not going to be too upset about that whole situation.
This will all land later.
Better for a peaceful death than a violent one.
An excellent point.
Oh, Rosie. Rosie! Damn it, Rosie! And Theo turns away so his friends can't see him crying.
We can still see your shoulders shuddering.
I go up to you, but I don't do anything. I just stand behind you, and I put one arm on your shoulder, and I just stand there. I will start to slightly lean in and whisper in your ear, "Feel your grief. It's necessary. But then feel the rage. They took your brother from you. Why don't we do something about it?"
So Theo reaches up and puts his hand on Max's hand on his shoulder and pushes it away, and then turns and looks at him, and Max can see all the hatred that he just mentioned and anger in Theo's eyes. And Theo stands up and says, "Let's go. As you can tell, the magic that has held sway in this place is ending. I'm getting older again, and all the better for it. I say, let's get the hell out of this damn place."
I'm just standing with the trident sitting next to Trogrim. I say, "So this principal character can possess anyone?"
I suppose, but not anyone, or he would have possessed everyone. There must be certain individuals he can manipulate. Those with something to lose.
How big is the trident compared to the gnome?
He's holding at the bottom, and it's clearly like as tall as Trogrim.
Hell yeah.
That's hilarious.
A fine weapon.
I'm just like standing, just like beaming. Like,
Let's get the hell out of heaven.
Just before you leave, Trogrim closes, takes two copper pieces, puts them on the eyes of Rosie, and says, "You made a brave decision.
I want to slowly open the courthouse door
Okay.
and peer outside.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Everything's on fire.
My God, it looks like old school Barovia over here.
You look outside.
Bats and shit.
The
flying
fog.
everywhere.
As you look outside, the once sunny day is gone. It is incredibly foggy. You cannot see very far. All the buildings now all destroyed. Not destroyed, but like falling apart. The once happy town are all just, they all look miserable and sad, and they're all just unhappy. As everything, almost everything is different. The library is gone. The house of Rosie is almost but all destroyed. The only thing that stayed the same was the tavern.
The tavern.
The tavern.
We appear to have Halloween towned this place.
I've heard of that tale from other bars.
Okay,
Yes.
question for the group. Zach, you can weigh in if you want, but you don't have to. What should we do with Zach? Because out there looks probably about as miserable as down there.
Well, I have a suggestion. You own a town. Why don't we take your family there? Let's go collect the rest of them. And if you want, we can take some of these people as well.
That is an excellent suggestion. I just wonder how many more kids can we bring along with us. This would make the third child with Chad and Jay and now Zach. It's like, I don't run an orphanage.
No, but
Collecting
New
children.
We never have more than one at the same time, though. So
It's true.
Perhaps you should. You are a wealthy man. You must invest back into the community. You cannot hoard your wealth like some sort of dragon.
Again, another great idea from one of my comrades, because I did grow up as a street urchin, and to have the safety of a good home and people to take care of me is something that would mean something to me and a community.
And then I'm going to awaken mine to Mr. Blackthorn, and I'm going to go, revenge does require fighters. If we're going to continue to pick up children, might as well make them useful.
And I look knowingly at Max with a smirk, and I nod. I hear you.
Martial arts builds confidence.
I point at those two because I can't hear Awaken Mine. I just see them like knowingly looking at each other, nodding, and I go, I don't like it. Share with the group. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Which you didn't, but I guess it
didn't
also
say
counts
anything.
for inside thought.
Nothing was said.
Nothing was said. We just have an understanding with each other.
And I nod knowingly.
I also nod knowingly back.
Zach nods knowingly.
Okay.
Perhaps we scale this army recruitment center
You didn't hear it.
back to a dojo.
Trogram is just very intuitive.
He knows what the knowingly nods are.
He's his third language is knowing nods.
knowingly nods. Knowing nods.
I want to start walking outside, and you said there's like townsfolk around, but they're like sad and depressed looking.
And they're dying.
They're dying. All right.
I'm
I'm going to keep a decent distance away from any of them.
I'm like backing like cartoon style against the outside of the thing, just like slowly shimmying sideways, trying to stay as close to the shadows of the buildings as possible.
Friends, it's the natural order of things. This is the right thing. These people need to make peace with themselves and rest.
Did we want to go check on your brother's rest of
Yes.
his family? If they're anything like this state, I don't
I
think we're going to
fear
like
their
what we
fate
find.
is the same as these other folks, but we can certainly take the time. But you know, if I have to be candid, and I will, I didn't really know them.
Is Zach still sitting inside, shell shocked, or have
I
you
am
picked him
holding
up?
Zach.
Okay,
I've
okay.
picked him up and carrying him.
I look to the group and I go, well, the magic was keeping those who were supposed to die alive, but the children were born. I don't think that the magic would do them any harm. It would just keep them healthy, no?
Well, young Zach here seems to be the same age as he was before.
So anyone who was alive who came here, just like us, wouldn't be affected by it.
I think we should go check.
I think we should round everyone up.
Everyone.
Does anybody have a pipe they could play and lead the children out?
Oh,
I pull up.
it's so funny that you should ask. I unfortunately have left my pan flute at the tavern because I got lifted off stage. But I do have my bagpipes
Ooh, can you play the ice cream truck song? That'll
on my bagpipes.
That always gets them.
Absolutely. Find it in post.
ice cream truck
It's a
song
bicycle
bagpipe.
built for two is the song.
Bagpipe.
A bicycle built for two.
Oh, perfect.
I'm playing the ice cream truck theme song on the bagpipes.
And I just start marching up towards the house. You said destroyed house.
Everyone is into it though because they liked my performance.
Yeah, is anyone following us?
It was truly awful.
No, but remember when we did the performance? It's the Black Parade. It's just a parade of the dying following me.
Oh God.
When I was.
No, we can't get the rights to that.
Also, that joke was already done in
Yeah,
a
it was
different
already done.
D&D
Yeah,
podcast, and
yeah.
therefore cut that in post.
Did anybody notice the tavern? It still seems to be intact. Shall we go see what's up?
Well, Horatio looks like he wants to go collect your family first.
I'm actively marching up the hill right now.
So how about we collect your family?
Oh,
and then,
all right.
I'm more just considering we did just make a large decision on saving a child and destroying a society because of it. I feel like abandoning the rest of the children is not on brand.
And I'm
This
just
is
slowly
morally-
marching. Sorry, go ahead.
This is morally consistent.
Roll the d20 to see if people start following you.
All right. Is this a performance check?
Yeah.
Are we
And
competing
by people,
for
you mean
this?
townspeople.
Oh, you should be.
Wait, are we
Yes,
competing
it
though
is.
now? Because I'm leading them.
No, we're perfectly harmonizing.
Okay, so we're walking together.
Oh, I assumed we were.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Am I going to lead
21.
the whole townspeople toward? We are perfectly armed.
A handful of ghoulish-looking people just start following you and clapping their hands with the rhythm of the beat.
All right, well, at least I can give them a good time before they
There you go.
decay into
So
dust.
are you and I leading?
Yeah, we're just I'm walking up the hillside to the house to see if the children that were
Theo begrudgingly goes after him.
I'm like trying to keep up, but I can't really run because it's bagpipes and it takes a lot of wind energy. Yeah, we can't do that, you guys. One sustained note. I was looking up YouTube videos on how to play bagpipes.
That's funny.
So we're all leading a horde of dying people to Theo's brother's house.
I look back and smiling yell down the hillside to you. Come on, gang! With an army like this, we can defeat any evil up here.
I'm glowing with all this musical prowess and the crowd. I'm very happy.
Peanuts using like a stick on top of my shoulder, just like a marching band.
Oh my God. Where did he get the costume?
He's got a bag.
He's
just
got the
naked.
hat. He's got.
You get up to the house and it's relatively destroyed, but there's nobody of note around.
Well, that was disappointing, but I guess off to the tavern we go.
Real quick, I'm going to run in and look for a trinket of Rosie's. You want me to roll for that?
A what?
A trinket? Something that belonged to Rosie.
Oh, okay.
Pocket
yeah.
watch, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Used
yeah. Go
underwear.
ahead. Roll for that. Roll for searching.
Roll for look.
Roll for look. Investigation.
Roll for looting the house of a dead man.
Fuck. 5.
You
There's no way to know for
find
sure.
a brick.
Was it a particularly like sentimental brick?
Yeah, it's a brick, and then on the brick it says,
Rosie's favorite brick.
it just says Rosie on the brick,
I was going to say, did it have his name on it? But
as if it was used to build some kind of baseball stadium many years ago. A little reference: we have a brick at Safeco's Field that has our name on it.
whoa, cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, too bad Safeco Field doesn't exist anymore.
I figured it was just like his
T-Mobile,
final student
yeah,
art
yeah,
project from his brief foray into masonry before he realized he wasn't great at it.
He's
and
like, I made
didn't
one
really
brick.
interest him.
All right. I keep the brick.
Got it. Okay.
I'm just out there in the yard playing the bagpipes with a horde of decaying people thriving.
I like how I'm also basically have a flag attached to myself because I've got this trident sticking out of my backpack. It's like twice as tall as I
It's like one
am.
of those safety flags on a kid's
Yeah,
bike.
exactly.
So Peanut's not on your shoulder. He's in between one of the like divots of
He's
the
holding
tire.
on
Peanut
to
is
the-
occasionally
Holding
running up
on,
the
just-
trident and holding on to it like a pirate, like on the top of a mast.
So we're at Rosie's house.
We left the Rosie's. You got the brick.
We got
left
a
the-
We left the
sentimental
brick house,
brick.
and
It will come into play later.
Oh, I have no doubt it won't. There's a lot of things you can do
and
with
then
brick.
that's very cool.
Oh yeah.
And then we're gonna go to the tavern. Is that what did we decide? We just walked.
Yeah,
out
the
of
tavern.
Yeah, I'm
was-
actively walking in the door, marching while playing
Was
a
our,
flute.
was our plan here just to gather the children because all the adults are dying?
It was kind of just to gather whoever we could
Gather
save,
whoever
I
is
think.
alive and not, afflicted
Yeah,
by.
that's-
Gather
Yes.
anyone who's
I have
like
no
not
idea what
decaying.
your guys' plan.
I think that's the idea. Is our
We're,
plan here is to-
we're looking for
trying to
non-decaying
save as many
survivors
people
of
people
this
like
town
Zach.
that are like Zach.
Yeah,
because
that's what we're
presumably if
looking for.
Zach is one of these people, then
There's gotta
there's
be more.
got to be more out there.
Yeah, basically anyone who came into the town alive or was born here that wasn't affected by.
Unless there is some
passage
reason
of
that
time.
him being siphoned disabled him from the rest of the magic.
But due to our musical prowess, we are attracting everyone.
yeah,
Well, I thought the magic just kept them alive.
Yeah, can I make
And healthy.
maybe an investigation check or an insight to see like who is in the crowd, who is healthy, who is pretty much zombified?
Yeah.
What should I do? Investigation or insight? What do you want?
Let's do insight.
Another natural 20.
You guys are killing it
This is
today.
crazy, George. These dice are great.
We should be fighting something.
You did. You literally did.
No, we didn't. We dodged the whole
We dodged the
combat.
whole thing.
Yeah, we swerved, but because the dice were,
we
because the
used
dice
our
were so hot.
yeah.
As you look, you see it's just a good mix between adults and children. Some of them are like, falling apart. Some of them aren't. Some some of them are like on their last legs. Some of them are just fine. It's like a good mix of people.
are they like entranced right now? Why are they following me?
Their entire world just went dark, and
And
there's
they
a
hear
little
music.
bit of beautiful music
All right.
coming.
And
from
we're playing the
coming from-
bagpipes, which they love.
Yeah, that is true.
I just really love how you think you're the reason.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Fully.
the good news is we don't have to tell them that we are the cause of all their suffering. But we,
We are both the cause and also their salvation. Let's go.
as you guys walk into the tavern, you notice a bunch of lights and music start just blasting, and just a lot of like, and then as soon as you enter, the kid behind the bar goes, "Welcome to Mages and Merlot Tavern and Spellbind Arcade."
Oh my god! Do we recognize this kid?
He's not the same. It's a kid. He's around 20, 22 years old. But he's dressed in kind of like he's got like red spandex on, two little plastic horns, and a clear like foam or like tail coming from that. It's like a little arrow at top that's kind of going
a
up.
little demon
Little-
thing.
And it's attached to a string to his left arm, so it stays standing.
I stopped playing the bagpipes immediately because my jaw just drops to the floor.
All of the adults immediately go, "Yay!" And they go and just start just getting drunk and playing games all around. An absurd, and the kids are there too playing games.
My headcanon is that Mages and Murlocs is actually a pocket dimension.
Yeah, it's an interdimensional family fun house.
Yeah, it simultaneously exists in all locations.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And is completely independent from the actual plane of reality that it appears in.
What was the young bartender's name at the first Mages and Merlot?
I definitely wouldn't remember
I
it.
did not start taking notes until a few episodes ago, so I changed
Where
it.
was the previous one that we found?
Waterdeep.
It was in Waterdeep.
No, it was in
It's Neverwinter.
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 It gets me every time.
I know, me too. No, I did that originally.
It really does get you guys every time.
Also, Newfoundland.
So it was the same. Was it the same? Is it clearly the same kid?
It's not clearly the same. It's a
Okay.
different kid.
Yeah.
It's a different kid.
But they look similar.
yeah, they're kids.
Uniform.
Yeah.
Barkeep, barkeep, what pray tell is going on here? What is this establishment?
What do you mean? What is it? It's Mages and Merlot, Tavern and Spellbinding Arcade. Well, you've probably seen us around. We're pretty good at franchising.
Yes, we have been in one of your other franchises, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, quick question.
How can I help you?
Yeah, well, long story short, this town was under a hex or a spell or something, and it was paradise, and then me and my friends here, we sort of unhexed it, and now everything's decaying, and all these people are dying, and yet here is your tavern, Mages and Merlot appear to be untouched by the spell, and that's the long story short of it.
Oh, that's pretty. Well, we do import all of our buildings brick by brick to kind of build it up, so that might be why. But I'm just a simple barkeep. Do you want a drink?
Yes, I do want a drink.
Order the Merlot. Order the Merlot.
I'm gonna get the Merlot.
Is that the thing that made us see Chad last time? Was that what happened?
Yeah, see colors and Chad.
I don't think you're. One Merlot coming up.
Or wait a minute. What's your name?
You need a book of names, Frankie.
I am dramatically holding up my pen, ready to take a note.
Well, my name's Jonathan.
Jonathan. Can I call you Johnny?
No.
Jonathan. What would you recommend?
Okay, clearly you guys are trying to move around. When you come to here, the Merlot. The Merlot is just a normal drink. The Merlot is the one you want.
Oh my God. Do they train you on how to change voice? Is it every barkeep that changed the voice guy? Is that it? You know, like where you're like, the act, you know, when I climb up on the counter, hey, I'm the nice barkeep with the pizza face and the acne and the young kid, but here's what you look at. Does everyone get that training?
All right, here's the deal.
And can you teach me how to do that? Because I think it's very persuasive. I'll take a Merlot.
All right. And he reaches up to the top shelf and he pulls out a little tiny bottle, uncorks it. He uncorks it and pours it into a very tall martini glass that's almost flat on top, but just a little tiny bit of a rim. And he then slowly slides it over to you.
Without breaking eye contact.
Not a once.
I also reach for the thing, still not breaking eye contact, and I sip on the glass.
And as you sip on the glass, you then get teleported mentally, not physically, across the sea, and you see a pair of islands with beautiful purple stones. And then you flashback.
Okay, I was like, do I just stay there?
You're just stuck in purgatory.
So what has happened is I take a sip and then very dramatically, not as much that, bless you, not as much that, very dramatically, not as much that so Raven, but more like.
I can't wait to hear what this is more like.
I'm trying to think of what I'm picturing, but I'm going to describe it and then someone else can
Put a
weigh
pop
in
reference to it.
in post as a listener. So I take a sip and I'm staring very intently at the barkeep because I thought this was a challenge of eye contact. And then my eyes roll back in my head throws back, my arms go limp, I go limp in the chair. So it's just this very limp halfling for a second. Everything
I'm extremely terrified and immediately run over to Anne and start shaking her. Anne, what happened?
Everyone else,
I try to save the drink.
the atmosphere of the whole rest of the bar is unchanged. And I'm probably only there for like 4 seconds. No, let's say 2. Like an uncomfortably short amount of time. And then I sit back up immediately, headbutt Horatio on accident because you're trying to shake me awake. And I go, we gotta find a boat.
Anne, slow down. A boat? What are you talking about?
And another sip of that drink, too. That was amazing.
I just like holding my hands on Anne's shoulders, turn around and look concerningly at the bartender.
I'll have some of what she's having.
A boat?
A boat.
Focus.
Okay, it was wild. A boat. We need a boat. I guess step one, we need to get out of here. But I'm pretty sure that when in the library, we were talking with Chad, I really would like another one of those drinks. If you see that man reach for it, do not let him sit.
I reach for it.
I smack his hand. I smack Max's hand away. And I kind of move off the side and I go, okay, let me go. Okay, whoa, man, wild. We're in here. Library, But Chad got pulled away, and he said something about islands, right? The rocks, purple something.
Oh, the purple rocks.
The purple rocks,
Yeah.
yeah. This is gonna sound crazy. I just went there for a second.
That sounds crazy.
It is. Yeah, it's wild. You gotta try this.
I'm trying.
I reach for the glass.
I smack your hand away too. But yeah, we got to find a boat. I think that's where our next step is. We're being pointed over there. Well, I'm being pointed over there, and you guys can order your Merlots if you want. I actually am about to go back there. I take another sip.
As she takes a sip, she zooms right back over to the island, and this time she can make out a little bit more. And she sees those purple rocks and a very similar library.
I come back after it's been not a full second yet, and I go. There's a library card on the island. Wait, no, there's a library on the island. We don't need a card.
I think it is That's So Raven.
It's just more floppy, like possession. Like
And stop. That stuff is going to destroy your brain.
it was twice
Clearly-
as helpful this time. Oh, I don't know if it's twice as helpful, but there's a library on the Purple Rocks. Looks exactly the same as the ones we've been to, and I am not crazy.
I look knowingly at Anna and I like nod and smirk and say,
I nod knowingly
take
back.
another sip.
I don't smirk though. I do take another sip. I'm going back.
This time, you don't go to the Purple Rocks. You see a town on the shore, and you see a ship with a captain. And it's a town, and it's being rebuilt. And you recognize it as the Dwarven town Thomhold.
How big is the captain's hat?
Yeah, how big?
Does he have
wait,
a peg
wait.
leg?
That would be something Anne would focus on.
Wait, can I tell from this time or no? Could I just there's a ship, there's a guy.
You can see how big the hat is.
Okay, I'm coming back in. Thumbs. Wait, no, thumbs hold, hand hold, thumb hold. There's a boat in thumb hold, and we need to go steal it. There's a guy with a huge hat. It's disproportionately large to him. He should not be driving a ship. There's no way he can see underneath it. That is where we must go.
So let me get this straight. You're
Yes.
saying we need to go Thumbhold,
Yes.
find this pirate ship with
Steal
the
it.
pirate with the big hat,
Yep.
steal it,
Yep.
and make our way to the island with the purple rock.
That's
None
the
of you
exact
can
same
steer
library.
a ship. How about we pay him?
There's
Excellent
no way
idea.
that man.
Excellent idea, Max.
I'll go ask.
I
I take another
asked
sip.
She sees the price board.
Yeah, what am I seeing now?
This time you see your hometown.
Get me out! Get me out! Pull up! No, I'm just kidding. I actually think very fondly of my hometown. And do I just see it and I'm like, oh, nice. Yeah, we gotta go find the ship.
I just look at the bartender. First of all, what is that? And secondly, how much would you like for the entire bottle?
You need the magic of mages and a merlot for it to work.
I would like to inquire about a franchise opportunity.
He does own a town. Brand new. Whole new demographic.
My people will talk to your people. That was the whole bottle. We're all out.
Damn it, Anne.
I've only taken like 4 sips.
I wanted some of that.
It's still in the glass, but nobody didn't hear it.
And what it is, a touch of dreams with a sprinkle of a first love.
Oh, no. Never mind. I don't want it.
Do you mix this stuff up yourself?
It's wine.
Wine.
Damn good wine.
I've seen Anne
And
drink
just
a
a
lot of
whisper
wine. I've
of
never seen
cocoa.
Anne drink wine like that.
Yeah, I've drinking a lot of wine.
It seemed to give her visions of
All
some
right.
kind. What?
How far is this young barkeep? Where's Thumbhall from here?
Listen here. You got to go back through the portal,
Back through the portal.
back through the portal,
Back through the portal.
and then you got to head south.
Head south.
Once you hit south,
South.
you'll find a peninsula. On that peninsula is the town. If you hit Waterdeep, you've gone too far.
Waterdeep, too far.
No Waterdeep. If you get to Waterdeep,
Or
you've gone too
Neverwinter.
far. Nope. Neverwinter's north.
We'll learn that one day.
We're going.
Frank's losing it. All right.
Got it.
Just so I'm clear, we're trusting. We're about to go venture off to God's knows where on random visions from so-called wine. Is this magical wine? Can we trust what she has seen? Because for all I can tell, she just had a massive psychedelic experience.
Yeah, and we can't trust it if we don't sip it ourselves. Hand it over.
Let
I
me
squint.
pull you back just a minute. There's nothing more important than getting our hands on that book of knowledge. And to do that, we've got to bring Chad together from all those 5 different places. If he's in that Purple Rock City in that library, then I'm heading there, and I think you guys should go with me.
We're going with you. We're just trying to
Suppose
get her
it
to
did
hand
seem
it
to
over.
have a lick of truth the last time. Last time y'all imbibed in this mysterious drink, but
I'm shooting daggers from my eyes at Anne.
I am not nodding knowingly.
I wasn't nothing knowingly. I'm just glaring at you.
Yeah, I'm oblivious to it.
You just keep sipping it, going out and then coming back, and then sipping it again, and just back and forth nonstop.
The problem is she's coming back too fast, so I can't grab the glass.
Every time she passes out, Max tries to grab the glass, and she wakes up and smacks his hand away.
That's exactly what's happening. Yeah. I'm gonna pour. We're deciding to go. I'm pouring it in my canteen.
It's not that much.
All right, then I'm downing it. So,
While she goes back down for the last time, I go, all right, you win. And then I look to the group and I go, okay, focus. I know we have to go to this town, get a boat, whatever. There's still kids. There's still this town. We have to take them to Newfoundland and let them settle there before we do anything else.
he's trying to make a child army.
I get flustered.
There's no way she could have seen that. There's no way she could have seen that.
I get flustered. I turn red and I go, no, I'm not.
Listen here. We can keep the kids here. I'll make sure that they get home safely.
To Newfoundland.
I'll make sure they get home safely
To Newfoundland.
What does that mean?
to their home.
That sounds good enough to me for some strange reason.
This whole time, Trogram has been entertaining the children playing Giants Jenga. It's Jenga, but you're playing with like tabletops. And you've got like 5 kids handling a piece together.
And surprisingly, they're winning.
And they're winning, yeah.
I look to Trogram and I yell to him, they're trying to take the kids away.
This place is safer than whatever shit you have planned.
As 5 kids are like pulling a table out of a tower.
Yeah.
It'll all be okay. All the clouds and the rain, that's just yesterday. Yeah, I'm telling you, it'll all be okay. It's a good day. It's a good day. Oh, I only got one life, so I'm gonna make it mine. Oh, when it's about that time, I'll make it feel like sunshine. I feel the sun on my face. It's a brand new day, and it's telling me it'll all be okay. All the
Hey, thanks as always for listening to the Dead Dragon Society. If you enjoyed this episode, do us a solid, will you? And tell a friend. You can also leave a 5-star review. That'll help others find this content. Be sure to follow us on TikTok, Insta, and X. Thanks for being a part of the society. We'll see you again next time.